Hi, everyone. Welcome to this Facebook Live. Got Blaze Thomas here that's joining us. I already saw the camera glitch out. So hopefully this all works. We haven't really tested this, but we are on the new microphone system.
We are, and the audio seems to be good.
Yeah, seems to be looking good. You let us know what you think. We are on portable mics now. So we move away from the camera. It still is working. That's not why we're on here. We've already done the testing of the audio. We've done all that. Let's check out Mega Doppler, as we do have some thunderstorms, Blaze, that we're watching pretty closely. And the deal is with these storms is that we don't have a whole lot of upper level support, to be honest with you. A lot of instability, a lot of heat and humidity. There's no doubt about that. However, these storms are kind of pulsing. They go up and then they collapse. And when they collapse, they're going to produce damaging winds as well as some hail potential. And the hail potential could lead to what we say quarter-size hail. So let's take a look at Berryville. Let's zoom in on that storm, just a little west of Berryville. This was not even severe anymore.
Yeah, it already just canceled it.
It already dropped off. That wasn't very long, and that one went till 5:15. So this is the way this works. These storms pulse up and then they dissipate. What's the best way to explain this to you? Well, think about it this way. If I have a ball on a like, let's say a leaf blower, okay, and I crank that thing up, then that ball is just going to float up in the air. I stop the updraft, it's just going to collapse. Instead of it being fueled by additional jet stream winds, we don't really have that upper level support. So that's why these storms are weakening so fast. So let's take another look at a storm that is severe currently, that will probably not last either, but it does go till 5 o'clock. And it's no doubt that these storms are popping up. Yeah, no tornado tie, Anastasia. These are popcorn storms. So maybe I need a popcorn tie.
I mean, I could go for a bag of popcorn right now.
That's not bad. Yeah, we can go for a bag of popcorn. Yeah. You have a photo shoot in Springdale at 6 p.m. Okay, will it be raining? That's a great question. Let's check it out. Let's look at it. And we'll go to weather 1 here, and we can see on Mega Doppler. Let's pan up a little bit. So we're going to be making our way slowly into northwest Arkansas. You know, here's the thing. I think there will be pop-up storms, but I don't think it'll be right at 6 o'clock, honestly. I think there will be some development, and here's the deal. We've got a very active weather forecast ahead. So I wanted to hop on here, number 1, just to kind of do a little test run with this, but also at the same time, we do have some storms that we're watching. If we loop this, they're all kind of slowly moving off to the southwest. So if you're just joining on here and you go, wow, you sound really clear, it's a different type of clear, that's because the audio is not coming from the camera. It's coming from a portable mic. So yeah, look at how that storm kind of collapsed. And by the way, we can actually have a representation of this. I'll show you in just a bit as I load up one of the cameras that we have on a time lapse, which I think is really cool. So Blaze, you can keep talking, and you don't have to worry about, not being mic'd up.
We are watching. That's true. We are watching another thunderstorm, though, to the north of Red Star, just to the south of Kingston. It's not severe right now. It does have a significant weather advisory on it. But I would say if a storm's going to go severe that we're watching, it's probably going to be this one just to the north of Red Star.
Yeah, that's eastern Madison County, possibly western Newton County, that we'll need to watch closely. Now, keep in mind, we do have a 5 o'clock newscast. I still have a few things that I have to take care of with that. But I'm going to walk over here to weather 3, and I'm going to take a look at this recording from Alma, because I imagine it's got to be pretty cool looking with that burst that happened, or at least potential. Let's see here. Well, I thought I had it recorded. What's going on with this? It's not showing up. I'm pretty sure I was recording it, wasn't I?
Yeah. I thought you were.
Huh. That's strange. Was it Alma? Or am I lost? Yeah, I thought
it was Alma.
I thought I was recording Alma. I don't see it, though. Well, okay. Guess you're not going to see that. I thought I was going to have a... Oh, wait, hold on. Keep going.
We had someone ask, what do you guys use to see your weather? Basically, the best software that we have for radar would be GR Analyst 2. We use that a lot. And then we also have GR Earth, which really gives us a good indication of what's going on in our atmosphere. Has a lot of meso analysis data. So
sorry, I'm just because the recording's not even on there. So we have to figure that out. Maybe there's something else that we have to look at. We also, too, Blaze and I have been looking at this, the amount of instability. So the shear, not so great. Meaning, what does that mean? That means that as the thunderstorms go up, there's no venting of the storm. Right. So it doesn't keep fueling that thunderstorm and sustaining itself. Instead, it just collapses on itself. So the air goes up. Here's a great example. All right, here's a great example. Imagine you have a hose and you're pointing the hose and you put your finger over the hose and the water's shooting out, but it keeps shooting out and it kind of goes downstream, if you will, a little bit. So that's one thing. Whereas if you have the hose and you're pointed straight up, then sometimes the water will come up, but it doesn't have as much energy, and then it'll just collapse down on itself. So it doesn't shoot as high. That's kind of what's happening with a lack of upper level support. So going back to our radar here on Mega Doppler, and we put this into motion, you can see these storms are slowly moving. So that's number one, heavy rain potential. If you're underneath those storms, I do think Springdale will see some rain, but it's not probably going to be right at 6 p.m. as these storms are pulsing up. Now it might be around 5:30, and we still have about an hour and 10 minutes before 6 o'clock. It may be very close to 6 o'clock, but it won't last all day. That's the beauty of these storms. They pop up and then they dissipate. Keep in mind, this is our Posey Mountain Weather Bug Network camera, and you can see that downpour off in the distance. So Marble is going to see some rain. In fact, that's right on your doorstep. So we'll take a look at that, Brendan. In fact, we'll go on Mega Doppler here real quick. So did that other storm, is it still severe? They'll probably hold on to it until 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but I fully expect them to drop that.
In the meantime, while he's looking at that, we'll check out Marble, and we can watch that. So yeah, rain cooled air. There you go. These storms really going to cool things off, because let's just say it was pretty hot. Do a GR Earth. Let's do GR Earth, and let's show you the instability. So here's an example of all that orange that you see on the screen. That's some pretty high instability. Now you can zoom in on the Marble level, and you can see that instability is, we're talking Cape over, what, 2,000 is the scale on that?
Yeah.
Wow.
25.
About 2,500.
3,000.
Yeah. So that's what we're seeing there. Can you check out Fort Smith for me? Yes, we can. We'll zip down there. And Fort Smith currently has one little lone cell, but put this into motion.
Let me go back to
yeah, we'll go back to Mega Doppler. We'll zoom in. Sorry about that. Now you can see the storm collapsing, producing additional outflow boundaries. And that's the thing. When that storm became severe, let me point this out to you here. There was an outflow boundary that was surging south, and when that did that, that's what fired off this other thunderstorm that became severe. So think of just a little extra force, if you will. That's what caused that storm to erupt and become severe, but that's probably not going to last much longer.
No, and because we don't have that upper level support, these storms just fall apart.
They collapse.
But they do produce some severe weather. They definitely do.
Yeah, and if you roll over, you can see some of the hail reports too that were in there for this. So going to the river valley, Fort Smith is good. I think everything is even a little bit cooler. Let's take a look at some temperatures here real fast from our Alma Weatherbug Network camera. Why didn't that record? I had that recording on the microburst potential, and it didn't do anything. So I don't know. That's a beautiful shot, but let's see what those temperatures are like right now. So 76 in Fort Smith. Yeah, safe to say that's an outflow boundary. That's why you got some rain cooled air for sure.
Well, and that's a totally different scene than what we saw yesterday, because we were still in the 90s. Right,
and see, this was the whole point of this forecast. And by the way, we've got our newscast coming up at 5 o'clock. We've got a lot going on in the weather world. Not necessarily major severe. There could be a severe storm or two here, there. Not a lot of upper level support. But I think that starts to change as we get deeper into the forecast, as that low pressure system and the jet stream starts dipping south a little bit. let's swing on in here. And we don't have to be so close to the camera now.
That's true. We can go
We can back up.
Yeah.
We can back up. So hopefully this audio is sounding good. Look at this report right here. Julie said lots of hail earlier in Gentry. Let's check that out. And let's do a little radar loop.
They just issued a new significant weather advisory for Carroll
I
and
see that.
Madison County.
Yep. And that's for that other cluster of storms. But those are the storms that are south of Green Forest.
And they canceled severe thunderstorm warning that we were watching to the south.
So all those are canceled. So there's no more severe thunderstorm warnings. Yeah, you're fine. If there is hail, it's not going to be big enough to do any damage. We're talking quarter size at most. Most of the reports that we've gotten today, as you'll see, have only been about nickel and penny or dime size. So
everybody's saying sounds great. Thank you guys.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Cool. Here's the local storm reports. We'll bring this up real quick. So check this out. These are the hail reports that we have so far. One that was west of Alma. That was when the storm was a little bit stronger. That was coming into Van Buren. And if we look at this here, that was right around nickel size hail. So 0.9. That was at 3:10 earlier today. You had a report of dime size, so about 7/75 of an inch. And then we work our way northward, and there was that report that was in Carroll County that prompted the severe thunderstorm warning. We look at this one, and that was a report of about dime size. So dime, nickel, about the biggest we've got. Not quite quarter, which is severe thunderstorm criteria, although it could get that big. Let's go back and look at the radar real fast. And then after we do that, I've got to shut this down because we don't have any more severe thunderstorms. Giving you a heads up. We've got an active weather forecast, multiple shower and storm chances. They're saying in Gentry earlier, and there it is. Look at that. Pop up at about 2 o'clock over Decatur. Yeah, we were looking at that south of Decatur, and there it is right over Gentry. So this has got to be some pretty small. Yeah. Just to let you know, Kimberly, as much as, as close as I was to Darby yesterday, golfing with him, this is not Darby Bivey. So it's a different TV station. We actually talked about audio again. Got to watch that.
Yeah.
Now that we were talking,
we were talking,
it still died. Yeah.
Out.
Audio's good now. Yeah, it does go out. We're still working on that. Okay, guys, I got to run. We got to figure this all out, and you guys have a good one. Take care. Appreciate you, and we're gonna get that fixed so that doesn't drop out. Last thing we want is to be on the air. Now, when we're on the air, we're going to be running through the board and all that stuff. Yeah. But one last look. Get ready, Huntsville. You got some storms coming your way. And these are kind of drifting westward. So that's a look at the cloud cover. We'll look at Mega Doppler, and that's where we're going to leave you as additional storms are popping up. Plenty of instability for these storms to pulse to severe limits. Okay, guys, got to run. And real quick, Dina, that is just to let you know, this is a tornado machine right here. This is our tornado machine. I'll have to fire that up and show you what that looks like on our live stream sometimes. It's pretty cool. And then we've got our weather pods back here. Take care, guys. God bless, and we will see you later. Catch us on the news.